Okay, we're filming, we're in focus, audio seems okay, I'm hoping, we'll find out. So this is automatically going way better than the last time I tried filming this video, so that's good. And so here we are. I'm Megan. Welcome to my channel. I'm very new at this if you haven't noticed. So I'm not even gonna say welcome if you're new here. I'm just assuming that you are new here. So welcome. Thank you for visiting. I have wanted to start a YouTube channel for probably like 10 years now, and I am just now doing it. I'm very excited. I love talking to myself, so what's better than talking to myself and then posting my ramblings online for the whole internet to see? What could go wrong? When I initially decided that I was going to take the leap and start a YouTube channel, I posted on my Instagram and was like, hey, what should I talk about? I have no idea what I'm doing. And the number one request that I got was to talk about my weight loss experience. Do I have lipstick on my teeth? No. All right, cool. We're good. So I got asked to I got asked to talk about my weight loss journey. And I hate the word journey. I think it's so cliche, but essentially that's what it is. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I have lost about 115 pounds. I had weight loss surgery. I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy, or VSG as I'm going to refer to it, because vertical sleeve gastrectomy is a mouthful. So that's all I really have to say right now. I have my coffee here, so let's just get right into it. Okay, so first off, a disclaimer. I am not a nutritionist. I am not a doctor. I am not a weight loss expert. I'm just a girl who has lost some weight and wants to talk about it. Even though this is my first video, I don't really want my whole channel to be centered around weight loss. That's just not something I want. I will obviously talk about weight loss and I'll give tips and tricks here and there. I am on Weight Watchers now, so I'd love to make more content surrounding that in the future. But I just don't want to create a whole platform that's centered around weight loss. Like, does that make sense? I just don't think it would be good for me mentally right now. I am in therapy. Hashtag therapy is cool. Because I am working through some stuff relating to my weight loss, and I just don't think it would be good for me to center my whole platform around that. Plus, there's so many more fun things to talk about in this planet than weight loss, even though it is a fun thing to talk about. So yeah, I hope that kind of makes sense. Definitely not going to talk about it, but it's not everything I'm going to be talking about, if that makes sense. So yeah, let's just jump right into the story. Growing up, I had always been an overweight kid. I was always overweight, obese. Like, I never knew being a quote-unquote normal size. It never bothered me. I was always a very confident person. And so when it did start to bother me was when I knew something had to change. I have notes here, by the way, so if you see me look down, that's what I'm looking at. I just want to make sure that I cover everything I want to cover. Before I had weight loss surgery, I had tried a plethora of different weight loss methods. I worked with personal trainers. I was on Weight Watchers more times than I could count. I did a lot of different things. I tried a clinic for overweight kids at my local hospital, and I don't know, I just never stuck with anything, and I'm not even gonna try and make any excuses. I didn't stick with anything. And that's it. But like I said, my weight never bothered me. I was always a pretty confident person. But there was a time in my junior year of college, I am slipping. Okay. There was a time my junior year of college where my weight really did start to bother me, and I was starting to feel really self-conscious about it, and I could feel it when I was just moving about in the world. And that was when I knew something had to be done. When photos were taken of me, I was like, wow, that's what I look like. And it wasn't that I thought I was ugly, it's just that I thought I looked unhealthy. And I was like, all right, Megan, time to do something. Time to fix it and make it better. And so through a lot of extensive research, I came to the conclusion that weight loss surgery was the direction that I wanted to go in. And I talked to my family about it, my parents, and they were like super cool about it. They were like, Meg, do what you gotta do. And so the next day, literally the next day after I decided I was going to do this thing, I called my local bariatric clinic and I set up an appointment. My first appointment was, let me fact check. My first appointment was February 24th, 2018. At that appointment, I distinctly remember weighing in at 309 pounds, but the highest I ever remember weighing in at was 315 pounds. It might have been a fluctuation, I don't know, but that's just the highest number I ever remember seeing on the scale. At that appointment, my doctor told me that in order for my surgery to be covered by my insurance, I had to partake in a medical weight loss program for 6 months prior to surgery. And that losing 10% of my body weight was the goal at the time. I don't think it was necessarily required, but I know that that was the goal that they wanted me to achieve. And that's just to show that you're serious about it, you're in the right headspace, because surgery is a big deal, and they don't want to just operate on anybody for this kind of thing. And so I was like, all right, I'm a very impatient person, and I had already made this decision, and the fact that I had to gut it out for 6 months was not the most appealing thing to me. But now is the time that I'm going to get on my soapbox and say that this 6-month program was integral for me. I needed to do this. And this is when I say to people who are watching this who might be considering weight loss surgery, I know going into that appointment and having to be told you have to wait longer is going to suck. It sucks because you've already made that huge decision for yourself, right? But in this 6-month period, I completely flipped my relationship with food and with physical health, like, on its head. And that was through meeting with a dietitian, meeting with my doctor, all this, going to physical therapy, which I think for some people it actually is physical therapy, like getting your muscles moving again, getting your joints moving again. But for me, it was like going to a trainer. But during all this time, you can also, at least this is how my program worked, was during that 6 months, I was able to do all of the things that I needed to do to get approved for surgery too. So I was able to have my endoscopy, I was able to have my psychological evaluation. Because you're just gearing up for surgery, but you have to do this program to show your insurance that you're willing to put in. I just wanted to make it clear that I would say even if your insurance or for whatever reason you don't have to do a program like that, even if it's not 6 months, like however long, it's important. And it helped me infinitely. It got me in the right headspace to have 7/8 of my stomach cut off and to prepare for the eating that comes along with that, right? That's just my way of saying, do the program that you have to do before surgery and maybe question it a little bit, but like don't give up because it's 100% worth it in the end. Okay, soapbox done. So over the course of that program, I would visit my weight loss doctor once a month, and sometimes it was the surgeon's PA as well. It just kind of depended. And then one of my appointments was with the surgeon that was going to be doing my appointment. So it's just kind of meeting everybody and gearing up, making sure you're maintaining your weight loss, all that. That's what that program's for. One thing I didn't mention was during that whole 6-month period, I was actually on Weight Watchers. It gave me one number to track my foods with, and I was very successful. Before surgery, I lost about 40 pounds. As for the actual surgery, my surgery date was September 10th, 2018. And everything went like pretty well. Like I didn't have any complications. My surgeon said that my liver was beautiful, which made me really happy. Because I don't think I mentioned this, but before I had surgery, I was pre-diabetic and on medication for it, and I was having liver issues, on track to having fatty liver disease. So that was kind of what spiraled me into being like, yo, Megan, something's got to change. So yeah, hearing my liver was beautiful was great. The anesthesia made me super duper sick because the last time I was on anesthesia, I was in 5th grade. So in my adolescent or in my adult life, I had never been under anesthesia. So I was very nauseous. And that was really the only crappy part. I was very sick, but it only lasted for pretty much the remainder of the day that I had my surgery, and it broke like early the next morning, and I was able to go home. Once I went home, I was on a 2-week liquid diet, so I was not consuming anything besides Gatorade and protein shakes. I still drink protein shakes to this day. I had one this morning. I put them in my coffee every morning. I will never drink Gatorade again. And that's all I have to say about that part. After the 2-week liquid diet, you move on to pureed stage. And I think for pureed stage, mine was about a month. And so I ate a lot of yogurt, and I would make pureed egg salad and pureed chicken salad. I ate a lot of baby food. Not a lot of baby food. I dabbled in baby food, I would say. Sorry, my neighbor walked by and I was like, oh. You just eat what you kind of have to eat to get by and to get protein. That's the big thing, is your protein intake. And that's basically pureed stage. Towards the end of my pureed stage, which I 100% don't recommend thinking like this because it ended up making me feel very ill. I would kind of got to the point where I was like, if it's chewed enough, it's pureed, and so I'd sneak some like solid foods in there as well. Don't do that. Just please don't do that for me. Thank you. After pureed stage, I moved on to soft foods, so I started to incorporate like scrambled eggs, stuff like that. I honestly don't remember what I ate a lot of in soft food phase because it kind of just blended together with real foods, because if I recall correctly, this was like 2 years ago, if I recall correctly, there wasn't a specific amount of time that your soft foods phase had to last. It was kind of until you felt comfortable incorporating solid food, real people food, back into your diet. So that's all I remember. I just remember scrambled eggs were a big thing that I was really excited to eat again. That's pretty much it. After that, I moved on to real foods, and I just started to learn how to eat again. Basically, that's what this whole process was for, was learning how to eat again. And once real foods were incorporated back into my diet, I was golden. And I still eat like the portions of a toddler, but then I really ate the portions of a toddler, let me tell you. If I have a photo of what Thanksgiving looked like for me that year, I'll put it here because it was really funny. And I don't even think I finished all of that. That was kind of the sad part. One question that I get a lot when I talk about this with people is what it did in terms of alcohol consumption for me. I will say that the 6 months before surgery, I didn't drink at all. I was not told I shouldn't drink or I couldn't drink, but I just knew that it would lead to me eating like junk food, and alcohol in itself is very high in calories, so I knew it just wasn't going to be conducive to me losing weight. And then after surgery, I was told to wait 3 months, so I waited those 3 months, and I had a gin and tonic on like a little bit after the 3 months, and I was pretty much at the intoxication level that I wished to be at after that one gin and tonic. Now I still am very much a lightweight. After like 2 cocktails, I'm pretty much good. After like 1 beer, I'm pretty much good. And by good, I mean drunk. Yeah. But so yeah, that's a big question that I get. So that's kind of how it affected me with alcohol. 2 years post-op, because I am almost 2 years post-op, my way of eating still remains pretty much the same. My portions have gotten a little bit bigger, and sometimes I do, like, I have this thing in my brain where I think that, like, my stomach is, like, stretched out and gone back to normal, but then I'll go out to eat with, like, my friends or my boyfriend or something, and they will eat, like, a whole portion, and I'm like, nope, I can't eat that. You're fine. That's basically what I tell myself. I can eat pretty much anything. Nothing makes me violently ill, like physically ill. If I eat something my stomach doesn't like, it just makes me feel sick, to the point where sometimes I wish I would get physically sick. But I find the only thing I have issues consuming now are sugary drinks. And I think it's just because the body processes it differently. And so that's why. And it makes me feel really, really sick. So yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I can't really consume, I guess. For everybody it's different though. Oh, another thing, because I know this is a thing that some people are concerned about when it comes to surgery or weight loss surgery, is I have not had any other medical issues as a result of surgery. I know that's a thing that some people experience, but I personally have not. I know some people, however they lose weight, have gallbladder problems. I, knock on wood, have not had those yet. I wouldn't be surprised if I do further down the line, because it's just a thing that all weight loss people have to deal with sometimes. But as of right now, I have not experienced any negative medical problem. Okay, I had to start filming again because apparently my camera only can film in 20-minute increments, so that's really annoying. But yeah, talking about medical problems, physically I have not had any medical issues, but I am kind of grappling with some mental health stuff. I do have a lot of body image things that I'm dealing with in therapy right now, body dysmorphia. But that was to be expected. During your psychological evaluation, you'll be told that that's expected, because weight loss is weird. That's all I can say. It's great, but it's weird. I have lost like almost an average sized woman worth of weight, and it's very strange. That's all I can say about that. I would not trade it for the world. I am very happy I made this decision. Sorry, my eye is itching. I need a bang trim, so like ignore this whole situation. Yeah, I would not trade it for the world. I am willing to put in the work mentally afterwards, because I know for my physical health it has done leaps and bounds. I will be upfront and say that I have experienced about 15 pounds of regain. The lowest weight that I was ever at was 197. I did hit the whole 100-pound thing. Wonderland is what it's often referred to. And now I weigh about 206. Yeah, somewhere around there. So maybe like 10 pounds of regain, not 15. And that's okay. Regain in a weight loss process is okay and is completely natural. I don't know who you need to hear it from. If I'm the one, it's okay. But yeah, I just wanted to be transparent about that too, not pretend like I haven't had any regain. This was an extremely abbreviated version of everything that led up to surgery, what happened after surgery and all that. I do, even though I don't want this whole channel to be about weight loss, I do want to make more videos pertaining to weight loss surgery in particular. Because YouTube and Instagram and people and girls my age who had this surgery were ultimately the main reason that I decided that it was the right decision for me too. And so I want to pay it forward, and I want to be a resource and a support for people out there, because I just think that's so incredibly important when deciding to go down a weight loss journey. And I just want to be that person for people, because it's, like I said, it's very, very important. That being said, if you have any questions for me, like, just leave them down below in the comments, or find me on Instagram, DM me there. I'll have that down below too. I would be more than happy to help you and answer any questions you have, because I annoyed everybody that I knew who had this as well with questions. So don't be afraid to ask me anything. I want to answer it, and that's all I have to say about that. I know this is kind of a long video, especially for a first video, but I just want to thank you so much for making it here and making it to the end. I am so looking forward to starting this channel and making friends with all of you people who are watching. And yeah, I really look forward to where this could take us together. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you would like to, you can hit the subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. Give this video a like if it helped you, or don't. That's cool too. Yeah, I just really appreciate you being here either way, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!